Hello and welcome to Vidram Red channel, and also welcome you to the series of video tutorials on develop Bluetooth 5.2 IoT applications with Thunderboard BG22. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can control the onboard LED, that is LED 0, using a smartphone. So basically we use a write user characteristics. So here our smartphone acts as a client. So we will install the EFR32 Connect app from the Silicon Labs, and the Thunderboard BG22 will act as a server. So we will send 1 or 0 from the smartphone through EFR32 Connect app, and that will eventually control the onboard LED, that is LED 0, available on the Thunderboard BG22. So let's get started. So it is all the more important to understand the how the communication goes and how the flow goes from the client to server and from the server to the client. Okay, I will also show you the flow chart or the sequence diagram, how the events Bluetooth event occurs, how we are actually controlling, how it will happen from the client side and how it will happen from the server side. Okay, so let me take a pen. Okay, so on the client side, we have a mobile phone. Okay, our mobile phone acts as a client, and we will install the EFR Connect app. Okay, so through which we can able to send some commands to the server. So in our case, the server is EFR32BG22. Okay, so what we'll do is through app. Okay, so we will send either 1 or 0. Okay, so if I send a 1 from the EFR Connect app, so that will toggle the LED. Okay, and if I send a 0, then that will turn off the LED. Okay, so basically that is how we will send from the EFR Connect app. So the once you send a request, okay, once it is returned to the server successfully, server in the sense BG22, okay, then we will receive a response. That means the right characteristics is successfully set. Okay, so we will also see how we will send this data from the FR Connect app to the server, and we will also see how we can get the response from the server. So this is how the simple client to server communication will happen. So now coming to the Bluetooth stack operations flowchart or the sequence diagram, this is very important to understand. So if you can understand this diagram, then you will able to understand what are the Bluetooth events occurs when you send a data or when you receive the data or when you actually powered up the board, what are the Bluetooth events will occur. So these kind of things you can able to check. So now you can see here. So I have actually drawn this diagram. Okay, I will also show you from where we can found this sequence diagram. So we can able to get it from the Silicon Labs document itself. Okay, so I will show you in a minute. Okay, so for now try to understand that. Okay, so we have a client app. So in our case it is a mobile phone, and where we have a EFR Connect app. Okay, so and then we have a client stack. Okay, and then similarly we have a server stack, and then similarly we have a server app. Okay, so all these servers, okay, from here to here, it is actually handling in the case of BG22. Okay, this is BG22 side, and this is our mobile phone side. Okay, this is our mobile phone. Okay, now you see, once you establish the connection, what will happen? The device will connect to each other. Okay, and the connection parameters like MTU, PHY, and settings have been exchanged between the client to server, and then primary services has been discovered. Okay, that means, so once you establish the connection, what will happen means all these parameters related to connections, everything will be established. So then once the connection is established, and we will able to see, okay, once you have loaded the binaries into the BG22, so we will able to see the advertisement services that are sent by the BG22 to the our client app. Okay, and then there we will able to see an option called connect, and you will also see a connection interval. We will see what is this connection interval and all these things. Okay, so our aim is in this tutorial is to write a characteristics. That means we will write either 1 or 0. So the moment you send a value from a mobile phone, this is the event that occurs. That means, remember one thing in terms of Bluetooth development, while you are developing an applications with Bluetooth. Okay, see, everything is an event. Suppose if you write a value, let's say for example you are writing a value 1. Okay, so that will be triggered in terms of a event. So on the server side, what will happen means those events will be captured in a switch case, and when the event occurs, then the code will process. Okay, we will see all this. So the moment you write a characteristics, so SL underscore BT underscore get write characteristic value. So this is how it will send in the form of ID. Okay, and because we are writing a request, so on the client stack side to the server stack side, so the request goes in this direction. Okay, once the request goes to the server stack, and this is very important, so you will see this event occurs in the server side. Okay, so this is nothing but SLBT event get server user write request, because we are writing a user request. Okay, so then what will happen means a transaction not completed. If suppose if there is a no transaction completed within 30 seconds, then timer will occur. Otherwise, what will happen means your Bluetooth stack or the Bluetooth APIs from the server side will process this event, and then they will try to give this response. Okay. So this response is basically sent to the client again, saying that so whatever you have written from the mobile app, has been successfully sent to the server, and it is processed successfully, and again it will give the acknowledgement. So once you get the response, then what will happen is you will able to see a SLBT event get procedure completed. So that means one transaction is completed. So this is how actually a client to server communication happens in terms of Bluetooth. I will show you where you can find this Bluetooth stack diagrams or the sequence diagrams. For that, go to the browser and search for the docs.scilabs.com. So click on this, and the moment you click on this, you will able to see all the technologies that are offered by the Silicon Labs. Here you can see that we have a Bluetooth Express, Connect, bootloader, Gecko bootloader, Gecko platform, Micrium OS. You can also use the Micrium OS for free of charge. No need to pay anything for this using of Micrium OS for Silicon Lab ports especially. And then we have a Rail. Of course, if you want to explore about the documentation related to Simplicity Studio, you can explore here. And Thread, we have USB, Wi-Fi expression. Okay, open your the technology which you are currently working on. So currently we are working on a Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth version is currently it is a 3.3 SDK version. Okay, so click on this, and then it will open another page. Okay, so here you can find everything also about the what is the Bluetooth. Okay, how the protocol will look like and all. Okay, so for now we are not going to that. Okay, and here in the left side you will able to see the something called general, which will give you the some information about the Bluetooth stack and all. And if we have also API references, this is very important for us. Okay, we will explore these API references, and we will get the some APIs, and then to write our application, and then we will send some commands to the BG22, and then we will able to see whether we are actually sending the data to the BG22 or not via BLE. Suppose if you want to see the sequence diagrams for advertisement and scanning, so go to connection. Suppose if you want to find any Bluetooth connection flow diagrams which are related to the connection side, so you can click on the connection, and here you will able to see Bluetooth connection flow charts. The moment you click on this Bluetooth connection flow charts, okay, you will able to see these are the how the advertisements will happen. Okay, so this and all you can explore. Okay, I'm not covering these details. Okay, but I recommended you to go through this and understand this process. Okay, so the one we are currently interested is the GATT protocol. Okay, and in the GATT protocol we have a GATT operation flowcharts, and in the GATT operation flowcharts you will able to see the primary how the primary services will discover. Okay, so currently we are looking at the read or write, not with the X values or UTF-8 types, but we are only taking the user characteristics. Okay, so here we have a read user characteristics sequence flow diagram. So currently in the next tutorial I'm going to cover this how to read the user characteristics, but for now we are discussing only with respect to write user characteristics. Okay, so you can find and go through this documentation here and try to understand. So hope you understand how the client to server communication is happening. Now what we'll do is we will go to Simplicity Studio and we'll try to create a simple project, and then we will implement our application code. Okay. So for that, so go and open the Simplicity Studio. So it will prompt for the workspace. Okay. I have already shown you how to change the settings in order to Simplicity Studios to pop up this option. Okay, so by default you will not able to see this. You need to change some settings. So if you are not aware of that, so I recommend you to go through my previous video tutorials. Okay, so now I'm going to change to the another workspace. Okay, where I would like to save everything. So I am going to, yeah, I will use this folder. Okay, and then click on launch. And so this is how the user interface look like, the IDE look like. So I have also given some insights about the IDE in the previous tutorial. So I recommend you to go through the previous tutorial to understand the IDE and the options are available. Okay. So by default, when you open the Simplicity Studio, so we will be seen in the launcher perspective. Okay, and here you can see that you can open all these are the different perspectives are available in the okay Simplicity Studio. So by default you will be in a launcher perspective. So to create a project, it is highly recommended to connect your board. Okay, so now I will connect my board. So the moment you connect your board, okay, so we will able to see the board is detected under the debug adapters. So my board is Thunderboard EFR32BG22. You can use any board from the Silicon Labs. Okay, and here you can see under connected devices, you will able to see again it's a G-Link debugger supported. Okay, and here you can click on start. Okay, and then the moment you click on start, it will give you the all the information related to the board. What is the part number that you are using, what is the firmware version, everything, and what is the current preferred SDK. So what is the current SDK version? And here in the documentation also we have seen that a Bluetooth version is okay, Bluetooth stack version is a 3.3. So here the way we need to create the project is the Simplicity Studio itself provides some set of templates or template examples. Okay, our projects whatever way you call. Okay, so we will reuse those templates and then we will create a project based on those templates. So for that, click on the example projects and demos, and then here you will see all the list of demo examples. Okay, so search for the Bluetooth because we are interested only Bluetooth based templates. Okay, spelling is wrong. Okay. Okay, so once you apply the filters, that is a Bluetooth, you will able to see all the projects related to Bluetooth. Here you could see also how many you found. So around 38 are identified with the name of Bluetooth. So here scroll down, you will able to see one project called Bluetooth SoCMT. Okay, this container you can also read the description. Say a minimal project structure that serves as a starting point for the custom Bluetooth applications. Okay, and it also supports the over the air. I will show you how we can use this feature to program the our EFR32BG22 board over the air. Okay, so we will see in the series of video tutorials. So click on this create icon to create the project. Okay, so if you want you can change the project. So what I'll do is I will rename it to LED control. Let it be LED control, and here also you can able to change your default location. So for that you need to click on this so that it will enable, but for now I will go with this location. And then here uh, it is always recommended to copy all the contents. It's up to you. You can also link the SDK and copy the project. But the problem here is if you click on this link SDK and copy project sources, suppose if you want to transfer this project file to another PC, then you will see a problem. So that is why it is recommended to copy the contents and then click on finish to create the project. Here you can see that the project is created, and you will also see all the options related to the project. So you can see GNE ARM version 10.2.1 is the GCC compiler we are using. All the details about the board and SDK you will able to find. So, and it will also provide you the readme file, okay, and you can go through this and you will able to see what is actually there in this readme file. And okay, it will give a very basic idea how to get started with the application. Okay, so for now close this, and then the moment you create a project, okay, apart from the readme file, it will also open two more files. So first one is called led underscore control dot slcp file. So here we would appreciate the Silicon Labs how they have organized the all the components or the peripheral drivers in order to get started with the Silicon Lab boards. Everything, including the configuration, auto code generation, everything you can do it from here. So you will find the overview tab, which will give you all the details about your project. Suppose if you want to change your project description, so you can click on this edit button, you can able to change everything. And so if you go to the next to the overview tab, you will able to see the software components. Okay, it will take a while to load. Here you will able to find everything related to the board that you are using. Okay, suppose if you want to configure anything, something related to the Bluetooth, okay, everything will be here. Something related to RTOS, for example, if you want to do for example, enable the board specific drivers. Okay, in our BG22 we have so many environmental sensors, and also we have a one LED and one user button. So if you want to enable the driver codes related to the board, you will able to find everything from here. Okay, for now no need to go to each and every available component here and explore. Okay, so we have a provision to search from here, so that Simplicity Studio itself, it will filter the all the items related to the search item, then we will able to install that. Okay, that I will show you in a minute. Okay, and then we have a configuration tool. So here you can able to configure the GAT configurators. Okay, and we can also configure this GAT using another called GAT underscore configuration underscore dot bt config file. So basically led underscore control dot slcp you will find in the project itself. You can see this is the project under which you can able to see this slcp file. And apart from this, you will have also we are also seeing one more file called this is pin control tool. So from here also you can able to select the pins and everything, but for now we will focus on slcp file only. Okay, and from where you will get this file, that is GAT underscore configuration dot bt config file. So if you hover your mouse, you will able to see the project folder structure. So where you will able to find out. So basically you will able to find under config, under bt config, and this is the file which will be used for the GAT configurator. Okay, so all the auto code generated by the slcp or the from the GAT configurator, so you will able to see under the autogen folder. Okay, so yeah, now you can see here we are nowhere seeing any files related to the led. Okay, so yeah, I will show you once we enable the drivers related to the led and we actually generate the code, then we will able to see all these files here. Okay, first of all what we'll do is we will enable the led driver, because we want to toggle the led from the our EFR32 connect app. Okay, and then to do that, so we need to go to the led underscore control dot slcp file. So this is where you need to configure all the drivers. So go to the software components. Okay, and then search for, simply type the led and click enter. Okay, and the Simplicity Studio or the IDE itself will try to find out all the options related to led. So under driver section, come down, you will able to see led, and then click on this simple led. The simple led is related to the led driver. So the moment you click on the simple led, so you will able to see a option called install. Okay, so basically if you hover your mouse there itself, okay, it is showing add component to the project. Yeah, so you can also find what is this driver about and what are the things you can able to get it from this driver. Okay, so you will find all the instantiation configurations and usage, how to use this the simple LED. You see, these are the functions that we need to use to turn on the LED, turn off the LED, and something like that. Okay, and you can go through that, and I will click on this button to install the component, and the moment you click on, it will ask for the instance. Okay, so one pin related to one instance. Okay, for example, there might be, if you want to connect more LEDs, you need to create for example, you have a 3 LEDs and you need to connect create a 3 instances. Okay, so for now, and Simplicity Studio also create a show you the recommended instant names. Okay, so go with the recommended instance names. Okay, so click on done. So, and then you see the component is installed, and here you will able to see the two ID is actually generating the code. Okay, now you expand the AutoGen folder, and here you will able to see the LED, SL underscore simple underscore LED underscore instances dot C and dot H files. So these are the two dot H and dot C files related to the LED drive. Okay, we will explore this. So to configure the pin numbers, so after you install the LED driver or any driver, you will able to see a button called configure. Click on that, and it will show you the all the options related to the that simple LED. Okay, so so here we need to select the pin. Okay, where the LED actually connected on the BG22. So to find out the pin number, so what you have to do is so go to launcher perspective again. Okay, and then go to overview tab. Okay, and here in the board section, view the documentation, and here click on the schematic. Okay, and it will open the schematic. Okay, now search for the you see here, and these are the buttons, but we don't know where it is connected. We should know the pin number. Okay, yeah, here you can see here. So the FR32 underscore LED 0 is connected to PB0. So most of the times the Simplicity Studio, by default, it will detect these pin numbers. Okay, and if you see that the ID is not able to pick that pin number correctly, so you can go here and you can change this code. Okay, and if you want to see the source code also, you can click on here. You will able to see the source code related to that. Okay, so yeah, so everything is done now. So close this, and then also close this. Okay, now we have successfully installed the LED drivers. Okay, and we have also configured the pin number. So the next thing is to configure the GAT database. Okay, so here you can see, if you look at the GAT database, you will have so many options. So this is to create the user service profiles, I would say. Okay, and this is the use, this plus symbol is used to create the standard Bluetooth cat items. Okay, so for now we will only use the what you call custom specified services and characteristics. Okay, now here you can see that. Okay, as I explained in the previous tutorial. Okay, so we have a profile. In that profile we have a different services. Okay, and under the services you will have a different characteristics, and characteristics will have a properties, or you can call it attributes. Okay, so if you click on the generic access, I told you, right, so the gap will handle the all the things related to the connection. Okay, so generic access profile. So if you click on this device name, and you will able to see all the things related to the device name. So for example, here the device name is given as a empty example. Okay, so the once you connect to the FR32 BG22 or scan the BLE devices, what will happen means you will able to see this name. Okay, so we will change this name to LED underscore control. Okay, and if you click on here, um, you need to count these numbers actually. Okay, let's say this is 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. Okay, so and So we need to match with the length, otherwise you will able to see this something called error kind of. That means the bytes that you provided here does not match with the length that you provided here. So this is a 11. So if I, the moment I give the 11, what will happen means you will able to see, you will not able to see that indication error here. Okay. So and we want to read and write this see the device name and okay. So that's all for the device name. So we will able to see the led underscore device name in the EFR32 connector. Okay. Now to create a service, okay, so what you have to do is you click on here and it will show you all the options. You want to create a service, characteristic or a descriptor. So first we need to create a service. Okay. So I have created a service here, and uh, you need to change some things here. Okay. So the service name is you can use the LED. Okay. So to identify clearly what we are actually doing, and then and the sig type is as custom sig type, means custom, we are adding a custom one. Suppose if you are adding a one which is having already defined by the Bluetooth sig, then you will see a different name here, but we are doing it as a custom, so we need to type, given this sig type as custom dot type. Okay. And then we want to advertise the service. Okay. So click on this option to advertise the service. Okay. It's very easy to use the GAT configurator that are actually provided by Silicon Labs with this Simplicity Studio version 5. Okay. Now we have created a service. That's very simple, creating a service. Okay. And then under the service, we need to create the characteristics. Okay. So make sure that it is highlighted before you creating a characteristic, so that it will come under this. And this, click on this characteristics. Again, you give a name. Okay. And name also I'm giving LED. Okay. And we want to create a user characteristics. Click on this, and then here ID you specify it as a LED again. Okay. And then sig type, again it is a custom type. Okay. And we at the so we need to enable the properties. So what you want to do with these characteristics, for example, you want to read the characteristics or write the characteristics. So as I explained in the slide, so we are going to use the write characteristics. So click on this to enable the write characteristics. So that's all for the characteristics configuration. So we are done with the creating this service and followed by the characteristics. Okay. And you can also see the different properties we want to, for example, for read you want to authenticate, bonded or encrypted. So write without response, reliable write, notify, indicate, these are all the options. Okay. Or these are all the basic transactions that we can perform from the client to the server application. Okay. So that's all for this, and I'm saving this, and you will able to observe here in the right side bottom corner. Once you save this code, and then the Simplicity Studio will generate the code automatically for the configuration that we have done here. So I will go and hit this save button, and here you will able to see that the project is generating. So it's basically automatic code generation. Okay. So now you can find all these characteristic related data in the go to autogen code. Okay. In the autogen code, all the things that are related to the GAT DBC, okay, GAT configurator, you will able to see it in these two files. Okay. One is GAT underscore db.c and GAT underscore db.h. So click on the GAT underscore db.h file here, and see, you see this is the characteristic that we have created. Okay. You can verify here. So this is the characteristic name, right? LED, and ID is the LED. Okay. So you will able to find out this. So we are going to use this, and every hash defined they are associating with some numbers. So that is not our main focus here. And if you open the get underscore dbc db.h.c file, okay, and you will able to see everything related to the fields that we have created there. Okay. Now close this. Okay. And now what we have done is, I will explain again. So first we have enabled the drivers, and also we have configured the pin number. Then we move out to the get configurator. So first we have seen this device ID. Okay. And if we have changed to LED underscore control here, and then coming to the LED, and we are using this service, and we want to advertise that service, and it is a custom type. And then we have another defined another characteristics here, and with the right characteristics. Okay. So now we need to write the application code. Okay, so the application code, and as we are all aware of that, so every C program or C project will start from the main. So click on here main, and here the font size is very less. Okay, I'm going to change the font. So the way you need to change the font is go to Windows, click on preferences, type for text. Okay, and under the appearance, click on the colors and fonts, expand the CRC++ editor, and double click here to open this. So I will go with the consoles, and I will go with almost 13. Okay, so that it will be visible to everyone. So now we can see here. Okay, I think 13 is too big. Okay, I'll change it to 12. So first, once you were there in the main function, the first function that they are calling is okay, SL underscore system underscore initialization. You can see, you can read these comments. Okay, so here everything will be initialized, something related to the driver initialization. So I will go and show you that. Okay, now we have enabled the what is that driver LED drivers, right? So all the drivers related to the BG22 will be initialized under SL driver underscore initialization function. Okay, so you can hover your mouse to here, or you can press the control and click on that function, so it will take you to the implementation of that function. Okay, so for now I will not do that, so I will hover my mouse there. So we have initialized the on LED, so that is why it is showing SL underscore simple LED init instances. Okay, so all the initializations will happen here, and all the initializations related to the application, you need to do it here. Okay, this will be actually there in the app.c file. If you want to do any operations repeatedly in the while loop, you can do it from the app process underscore section. Okay, and these are currently declared as a weak functions, so no problem. Okay, so as I told you previously also, okay, the Bluetooth applications which are developed for the Thunderboard BG22, so they are actually there in the app.c file. Okay, so if you click on the app.c file, and if you scroll down, you can able to see all the header files here. Okay, the application initialization functions. If you want to run something related to application infinitely, you can do it from here. Okay, and you can also find some useful comments here. Okay, and this is where your Bluetooth stack event handler starts. Okay, that means all the events related to the Bluetooth will be handled using this function. Okay, and here we have a switch case, and based on the events occur, it will take the events and it will process. So the first event that occurs is the boot ID. Okay, the moment you power up to the board, this will happen, and this will occurs. Okay, and then what will happen means it will process all this code. And here you can see here. Okay, basically by default the connection interval is the 100 millisecond. Okay, so it will be multiples of 1.6. Okay, so if it is 160 means it is 100 milliseconds advertisement uh, interval. Okay, so you can change this according to your needs and power consumptions. Okay, and then we have a connection open ID. That means suppose if you want to do write any application, the moment the connection is open, you can do it from here. And if you want to do anything after closing the connection, then you can also do it here. Okay, so enable something like preconditions or post conditions, something. Okay, and here user related events can be handled here. So we will write our own user related events, and then we will write our application and see how we are able to communicate with the Thunderboard BC22. Okay, now as I explained in this, okay, so the moment you get a request, okay, a request from the client, okay, so the event that occurs from the server side is the SLBT event get server underscore user write request. Okay, so you can also go to the documentation tab, and then here go to the API references, and then go to commands and events, and here we are looking at the get server. Okay, get server side, and find the one which is relevant for the the user request. So now we are doing as a this one, SLBT event get server user write request. Click on this, and here you will able to see this is the macro. So that means this is the event that occurs whenever we write any value to the server. Okay, copy this. So go to our code. Okay, and so before that, okay, let's copy this on case. Okay, and paste it here, and then go here and copy this again and change it here. So means, so whenever I write a one, then this event will occur. That is SLBT event get server user write request ID. Okay, so once this event occurs, we will write our own application. So I will write a simple if loop. Okay, and here I will check for the event. Okay, event. So there is a data dot. Okay, event underscore get server, and you will able to find you see event gets server user write request. Okay, first we need to check the characteristics. Okay, and click on the dot to pop up the all the options. So the characteristics, if this characteristic is equals to this one, okay, this is we have defined, right, as get dbc underscore led. Okay, you can also find it from here. You can type like get db underscore led. Okay, so in the get configurator, what you have done, you go to the characteristics. What is the characteristic name? The name is led. Okay, so that you need to check here. So what I'm doing it here is, so I'm checking. Okay, if the characteristics is related to the get db underscore led. So why we need to do in the on the right characteristics, we might have different kinds of characteristics available or attributes available. So you need to handle the one which is appropriate for us. Okay, so once this is done, okay, we will write here, sorry, control Z. Okay, so enter into the if loop. If this is true, if that is actually exist, so again you need to write if else statement. Okay, and here again you need to handle event data. Now characteristics is over. Okay, now we need to do the attributes. Okay, event dot, okay, event underscore get, okay, attribute value, the server attribute value dot, again you will find out the value dot data of 0. Okay, which basically holds that which is not equals to 0, which means that the data 0 element is not equals to 0. That means we are looking for the one value here, and then we need to turn on the LED. So here we will turn on the LED. Okay, turn on the LED. Okay, so to turn on the LED, so we have seen, right, we need to use okay, where these are the functions we need to use. So before that, what we have to do is we need to import the SL simple LED.h and also LED instance.h. Okay, anything is fine. So now what I'll do is I will include the file here. Okay, which is ash include, so SL simple LED instance.h. Okay, so if you click on here, you can also go to okay, you'll able to see what is the instance. Okay, and everything you'll able to find it here. And if you click on here, you will able to, okay, and click on this SL underscore LED.h, and here you will able to see the all the functions related to the LED, to turn on the LED, to turn off the LED. So I'll copy this, go to our app.c file. Okay, go down, and then here, and here you need to pass the instance. Okay, so that instance is also is a pointer, so you need to pass the ampersand, and that also you will able to find it here. Okay, what is the instance? This is the instance. Copy this and pass it here. Sorry, I haven't copied that, so select again, copy this and pass it here. Okay, save. And then if not the case, what you have to do is we will turn off the LED. Okay, and the else statement, that means whenever we send a 0, then we will turn off the LED. Okay, so what we have done is we have verified the characteristics, and also we have took the attribute value, and then we turn on and we turn off the, if not the case, we will turn off the LED. So once this is done, as I said, okay, if you go to this diagram, so it will also send the SLBT GAT server send user write response. We will also capture the response to see that whether the command that is written to the server properly or not. So for that, again go to the here documentation. Okay, and here you will able to see one function called, so SLBT GAT server send user write response. So command within 30 seconds. Otherwise, the further GAT transactions are not allowed by the remote side. Okay, so copy this function. If you want, you can click on this. It will go to this function, and it is actually expecting three. One is a connection, other one is a characteristics, other one is an error code. Okay, so copy this. Go to the code, paste it here, and so the first parameter that we need to pass here is the connection. So for that, again type event, so data dot, okay, so we need to go for here. Okay, this one you need to copy paste here. Okay, and dot, you will able to see find the connection. Okay, this is the connection we are going to use, and the second parameter that we need to pass here is, so give the comma, and the second parameter that we need to pass here is characteristic. Okay, if you go and see it here, the second one is a characteristic. So the characteristic is this one, right? Copy this. This is the second parameter. Okay, comma, and then the final last parameter is the error code. So if everything is okay, so we will use the SL underscore status underscore. Okay, so save the code, and it is showing an error. What is this? SL underscore status underscore st. Okay, so we have provided all the three parameters here, and okay, this we need to remove. This is a type. Okay, save the code. Okay, so we are done with the application code. So what we have done is we identify the ID, connection type ID, and the event ID of the Bluetooth. And then if that event ID related to the characteristics related to the get dbc underscore led, and if the value is not equals to 0, we will turn on the led, and then we will send the response. Okay, and then if it is not the case, that means if it is a 0, then we are again we will send the 0, and then we will turn off the LED. Okay, that's all for the code. So click on this project and click on this hammer icon to compile the project. So always in the background. So now you can see that the code is compiled successfully without any errors and warnings. Okay, to upload the code onto the board, so you need to expand the binaries. Okay, no need to go to the debug session. Okay, if you want to debug your application, you can go to the debug session. So you will here you will able to find the all the binaries. Okay, in the form of bin.x hex file .s37 file. So right click on this S37 file, and then click on this, that is flash to the device. You will able to see this. Okay, the flash programmer tool, and then here you click on this program button to upload the code onto the board. So here you can able to see the flash progress. Okay, now you can see that okay, the code is uploaded onto the board. So close this. Now so I will open the EFR32 Connect app. Okay, so go to the EFR Connect app. Okay, and now click on the browser. The moment you open the browser, and you will able to see the name of the application, but here we have given, actually if you can see here, go to the device name. So we have given LED underscore control, okay, but I really don't know the reason why it is only showing up to CONT. Okay, okay, that is not an issue. Okay, for you it might be the different case. Okay, I am only seeing this today. Okay, it is wide condition. Okay, and also you can see here, you will able to see the connection interval. So we have maintained up to 100 milliseconds, so it is showing, you can refresh the browser. Okay, and here you can able to see this, this is almost 100 milliseconds. So click on this connect. So once you connect it to the board, okay, so you will able to see all the options related to the generic attribute, generic access, device information, everything. So go and click on this unknown services, and then here you will able to see a write option. Okay, because we have only enabled the write option. So click on this write option, and here you will able to see the something called options to write the values to the BG22. So click on the hex. Okay, and then first I am going to write the one value and click on send. So please observe carefully. You will be able to also receive the response from the BG22. So now I will send. So the moment I send, you will see write characteristics is success, and you will also able to see that the onboard LED is turned on. Okay, and similarly again click on the hex. Okay, and then give the 0, and then give the 0 here. Okay, and then click on send, and you will able to see that the characteristic write success, and also you will able to see that the onboard LED is turned off. Okay, okay, again I'll do that. So click on the write again, write the value 1, send it here. Okay, again click on the write, and send the 0 and send it here. So this is how we actually send the data from the client to the server. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you for watching it.